On a completely moonless, starless night in August 1943, a new kind of American force silently locked onto enemy ships miles away. The USS Dunlap's advanced radar suddenly lit up the dark water, revealing 4 Japanese destroyers stealthily approaching at nearly 30,000 yards. Commander Frederick Muzberger stood ready on Dunlap's bridge, his years of preparation about to pay off. The Japanese had no idea they were being tracked. Their ships lacked radar capable of detecting the American destroyers lying in wait within Vela Gulf. In less than 20 minutes, 3 of those enemy warships would be sinking, delivering a stunning blow the Japanese naval forces could scarcely fathom. These 4 Japanese destroyers were carrying around 900 troops to reinforce a garrison on Columbanga Island. Captain Kaju Sugiura led from the destroyer Hagikaze. His force included Arashi and Kawakaze loaded with soldiers, alongside Shigur acting as escort. Sugiura had repeated this route before without incident, but his deputy, Commander Tichihara, cautioned against the predictable path. Past experience warned of hidden dangers. Sugiura dismissed his concerns, confident in the night fighting skills that had kept the Tokyo Express supply run successful for months. Opposing them was a 6-ship American squadron under the nickname Moose's Force. They were split into 2 divisions, Division A1 with Dunlap, Craven, and Maury, fully armed with torpedoes, and Division A2 with Lang, Sterrett, and Stack, equipped with enhanced anti-aircraft guns but fewer torpedoes. Every one of these ships was outfitted with cutting-edge SG surface search radar, the first battle in the Pacific where American destroyers would fight without cruiser backup. This daring shift in naval tactics emerged after nearly a year of defeats in night battles during the Solomon Islands campaign, where American losses often outnumbered victories. The worst disaster took place at Savo Island in August 1942, where 4 Allied cruisers were lost within 40 minutes. The Japanese surprised their enemies with night attacks so complete that American radar contacts were rendered useless by island clutter. The older SC radar operated at longer wavelengths, giving poor detail and confusion near land, forcing American sailors to rely on visual confirmation before firing and often waiting too long. Battle after battle followed similar patterns. From October 1942's Cape Esperance to July 1943's Kolombangara, showing that having radar alone didn't win fights. What changed the game was the new SG radar, developed by MIT engineers using British breakthroughs. Its shorter microwave wavelength delivered clearer images, distinguishing enemy ships from tangled island coastlines on radar scopes. This allowed crews to track targets continuously, even while maneuvering. The first SG unit was tested in early 1942, but slow production meant it wasn't widely installed until mid-1943. However, the real hurdle was changing in trench doctrine. American commanders still relied on cruisers for night battles, with destroyers as mere escorts firing guns only after visual contact. And the Japanese, meanwhile, depended on their superior night vision and extremely long-range torpedoes that outmatched American weapons 2-to-1. Their tactic was to hit first, vanish before retaliation, then disappear into the darkness. Commodore Arleigh Burke was a key figure in overturning this mindset. Leading the Little Beaver's destroyer squadron, Burke championed aggressive radar use to locate enemies silently, launch torpedoes undetected, and open fire only after successful strikes. These ideas met resistance from higher-ups, but Burke's successes silenced critics. Rear Admiral Theodore Wilkinson, appreciating these results, gave Muzberger command of a pure destroyer team to intercept a known Tokyo Express run in August 1943. Muzberger, having served under Burke, embraced radar-led tactics, ignoring advice to rely on long-range gunfire. He trusted the ship's torpedoes and their new electronic eyes. Muzberger's 6 destroyers left Guadalcanal's Purvis Bay that morning. Radio silence strictly enforced and no visible light or flashes allowed. Detailed preparations divided attack roles. Division A1 to silently close in and unleash torpedoes. Division A2 to follow and provide gunfire support. Every crew member understood the critical role of radar operators in the combat information centers, confined spaces where radar, plotting, and communication teams coordinated attacks with precision unseen before. The night was pitch black, visibility under 1,000 yards, ideal for radar, but a nightmare for lookouts. Entering Vela Gulf, the SG radar detected the Japanese at 29,500 yards moving south in formation. Confirmations across multiple ships validated the target, and the Americans crept closer, carefully tracking speed and heading on radar scopes. The enemy showed no sign of awareness. Their primitive radar, if any, failed to pick up the American destroyers, leaving them blind to the threat. Once the range hit about 7,500 yards, Muzberger ordered the silent torpedo salvo. 24 torpedoes streaked through the water, each guided by the radar data the enemy could not see or hear. The Japanese destroyers violently turned, trying to escape under cover of a nearby island. But the torpedoes hit multiple ships simultaneously, detonating magazines and sparking raging fires. The 2nd Division immediately joined the fray with heavy gunfire, illuminating the battlefield in explosive bursts. Those few seconds were the first time the Japanese could clearly see their attackers, too late to save their comrades. The 4th destroyer, Shigear, escaped unscathed, firing torpedoes that missed and retreating at full speed. By midnight, 3 Japanese vessels had sunk with catastrophic loss of life, while the Americans suffered minimal damage, only a minor non-combat injury. This overwhelming victory marked a historic turning point. Muzberger's report credited the success to the revolutionary SG radar and the skill of the combat information centers, which processed real-time data flawlessly, allowing coordinated tactical torpedo strikes previously impossible. But neither he nor anyone else realized that the Japanese ships carried no functional radar. Their doctrine still depended on visual spotting, leaving them vulnerable to American electronic eyes. Japanese commanders, stunned in their after-action reports, speculated about unseen enemies, submarines, aircraft, even hidden coastal guns, but never imagined radar was the silent hunter. The intel community pieced together that American radar was improving and forcing more surprise attacks. Yet despite having similar technology, Japanese forces failed to adapt their doctrine, remaining reliant on optics. Meanwhile, American crews learned to trust their screens above their eyes. Word of Muzberger's success spread rapidly through the Pacific Fleet. Other commanders adopted independent radar-led destroyer tactics, flipping the advantage in night battles. Soon, the tide shifted decisively. American forces began sinking multiple enemy destroyers with almost no losses to themselves. By September 1943, Japan ordered destroyers to avoid night fights unless overwhelmingly superior. The once feared Tokyo Express runs faded, replaced by submarines and smaller craft. Though officially classified and without public acknowledgement of radar's role during the war, the innovation had changed naval warfare forever. Post-war, Muzberger, now a vice admiral, credited the anonymous enlisted radar operators for their extraordinary work, urging future commanders to listen to these technical crews. The technology that quietly turned the tide faded after the war. Few SG radar units survive, and no preserved ship holds its original set. Yet the lessons lived on. American destroyer forces dominated nocturnal seas in battles through the Philippines campaign and beyond, with radar-guided tactics setting the standard. Today, the Battle of Vela Gulf remains a testament to how technology, doctrine, and trust in skilled operators combine to rewrite history. If this story fascinated you, please like this video to support Winds of Thought and subscribe for more untold World War II histories. We'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop a comment below and join the community.